Hello everybody and welcome to DanMachi Season 3, Episode 1, Anime Review. We back and I'm pretty excited for this. I should probably start saying I have read the light novels, so I know what's going to happen. No, I'm not going to spoil anything. And saying I know what's going to happen, I mean, I remember the big things, doesn't mean I remember everything. Like, there was some stuff in this week's episode that I totally forgot about, and we're only on Episode 1, so surely it's going to be a recurring theme. But yeah, no, I'm excited for this. It should be good. Should be. A little concerned by the opening though. Like, I guess I'll talk about it now. The opening didn't have... I mean, there wasn't as much movement as I would have liked, which is a bit concerning. But hey, it's not exactly indicative. The rest of the episode looked fine. So, here's hoping. But anyway, let's crack on with the episode and see how everything went down and do this thing. We begin the episode with a monster girl running. I'm not going to try and pronounce the species. It's like Vivri. I'm not going to try it again. That was my attempt. It's a dragon girl, basically, in case you were wondering. Who finds her? Of course, Belle finds her, and he's like, that's pretty weird, right, monster girl? She's crying. It's like, monsters don't cry, that's kind of weird. Phoenix attacks her. Instead of him, it goes for her. So he protects her from it, gives her the cloak and everything. After saving her from the Phoenix, he also then leads... There's these adventurers that are trying to kill her or kidnap her or whatever they're trying to do. He sends them away. He's like, no, I'm not seeing her. I need a potion. They're like, damn scroungers, you know? So Belle did his thing. The rest of the crew show up, the Familia, as they are known. They all show up and are like, you know, Belle, let's go back. And Belle's like, alright, come on, small, random person I've picked up. Oh my god, he picked up a girl in a dungeon. It's happened, guys. He's lived up to the title. Belle, you did it. The others, they go back to floor 18. They are at a little clearing where the mysterious dragon girl. Can I call her by her name? I'll save it till we actually get to it. That's probably fair. Mysterious dragon girl takes her head off. Not her head, hood off. And yeah, she's like, I'm a monster. Well, not exactly. It gets like knocked off. You get the point. And everyone immediately springs into action. They're like, oh my god, attack. Belle, what the hell are you thinking? Lily says that he's got like a monster fetish. That's what people are going to think or something. It's like, damn. Bit harsh. He's got a hero complex. He's not got the hots for monsters. Or he might, but that's not the point of the discussion, alright? As they talk a lot, they all want to kill her. They all keep saying like, Belle, what are you doing? Belle, what are you doing? And then small dragon girl is like, Belle, that's your name. So she speaks and they're like, that's pretty weird. Talking monster, not something that happens every day of the week. We should probably, you know, sort this out. Belle doesn't want to abandon her, and because the party know better than to argue with Belle, they've seen what he's done. You're not going to change that boy's mind. They're like, alright, fine, we'll take her home. We'll see if Hestia knows anything. We'll try and get some information as to what the hell's going on, because this is very unusual right here. Random little interlude now with Fels and Uranos, who I believe this is their first appearance in proper DanMachi, but they were in Sword Oratoria, like when that came out forever ago. I don't remember anything about Sword Oratoria really, so if this has any way to link to that, oh no, is all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I think this is their first appearance. The gist of it is, Fels tells Uranos about what's going on, basically. He's like, yep, mysterious dragon girl met contact with Belle and that, so that's the thing we got to deal with. Uranos then talks about how they're going to use Hestia Familia to be someone's hope and something going on with that. Okay. Uranos is like the king, right? He's like the ruler. He's like the king god of Orario. I think I'm remembering this right. I think that's right. It's been a while, as I said. But I think I've got that right, and Fels is like the magician. Or like, not the magician, that makes it sound like a mockery. The mage. Wizard. Wizard is the word I'm looking for. So I guess they're just going to watch for now. See what happens. When they bring her home, Hestia is far less outraged than she should be, and eventually just decides, fine, we'll keep her, you know? And I'm like, Hestia, man, you got to be a little bit more concerned. There's literal dragon in your house. You know, am I the only one seeing the problem? No, never mind. She's adorable. Belle decides to try and name her. His name gets shot down by everyone. Haruhime outs him. It's it being from one of them old fairy tales that they love so much. Eventually, I think it was Hestia decides, hey, we'll just shorten it to either Wien or Ween. They were saying Ween, but that just makes me think Wiener, and that's just a bit gross. So I'm probably gonna stick with Wien. Don't know exactly how it's pronounced, but that's how I've always pronounced it when I read the book. So sorry if you disagree with that. If you really hate it, I'll call her Ween, but Wien sounds better in my honest opinion. They're gonna go find some information, try and figure out if this has happened before, if anyone knows anything. So they all head off on their merry way. We get a little montage. Hestia asks Hephaestus. She doesn't know anything. Mikoto asked Take and Miak, I think, or maybe it was just Take. I can't remember. They talk to her a bit. Turns out Mikoto does fear Wien, sort of like instinctively, which is, despite the fact she's not actually done anything wrong yet. Meanwhile, Welf is at the Guild and he overhears that there is some monster called the Armed Monster who is like stealing equipment and using it. So that's pretty weird. And also there's a poster being put up of like a lizardman with a sword, I think. I think Aina puts it up. So that's probably the Armed Monster they were talking about. Lily goes to a bar, is in disguise, talks about speaking monsters. I presume she gave the dude a code. That's why he started giving her information. And then Maddle, who I believe is called Luna or something, shows up. She's got like little ram horns. I think she was also in Sword Oratoria because I recognize her and I can't think where, so I think she was also in Sword Oratoria. She shows up to say, hey, we got some information too. Gives her the info after getting paid, of course. And the last piece of information is basically someone else is also asking around. Like, you ain't the only dogs in this hunt. Dogs in this hunt? We'll go with dogs in this hunt. So that goes on. As Lily goes to leave because she starts sniffing around, it's like, I've never seen you before here, you mysterious elf girl, because she's in disguise, remember. Lily leaves, but she's getting tailed, so she's going to have to take the long way back to avoid being spotted, or sniffed. Sniffed works, we'll go with sniffed. Meanwhile, while everyone is trying their hardest to find some information, Belle and Haruhime and Wien are just having a picnic. Okay, guys, thanks for not helping, I guess. Like, why aren't you helping? What's wrong with you? I guess Belle's gotta watch Wien, that's fair enough. Why is Haruhime not helping, you know? I guess she does the chores. She's probably just doing the chores. No, she wasn't. She was having a picnic. Lazy, the lot of them. They have a picnic with Wien. Haruhime wants to pet her. Wien wants to play with her tail. They're just, they keep, jumping out of each other's reach. It's very funny. My note just says, oh no, she's adorable in regards to Wien. She's hugging his arm. She's eating the food. She is. They made her really adorable. Thanks for that. I mean, the obvious thing is she's meant to be a child. Belle is the papa. And then you got Haruhime's a mom. Then Hestia's a mom later on. That's basically what they're going for. However, tragedy strikes. Wien accidentally slices Belle's arm up with her claws. There wasn't a little scratch. That was a deep wound. When they showed it, it was that's a lot of blood for that to happen all of a sudden. And she is not. I mean, Haruhime goes to get a towel or something to clean up his wound. A potion probably is what she went to get. And Belle is in serious pain. Wien is just oh no, what have I done? I've hurt Belle. What? Oh no, not good. But then Belle holds her hand, despite the fact that she just sliced him with that hand. Is it's okay. Calm down. And she does calm down, and there's a big old hug at the end of it. So it worked. And then while they're doing that, there's an owl watching them with different coloured eyes. I'm assuming that's Uranos, because I can't remember who it actually is. I think it's I can't remember. You know, I'm going to be straight with you, saying I have read the light novels. I'm not going to pretend I haven't, as I said at the beginning. But also, as I said at the beginning, a lot of little things I don't remember. The main things I remember, but there's a lot I don't remember, so this should still be good. But the important thing is, Belle accidentally got hurt, but he gives her a big old hug anyway, because he's a nice guy like that. Everyone returns home, and none of them really found any info. I would say Lily did the best. She, lost Laloon, or whatever her name was. Oh, my throat, Jesus. Along before she got home. Wien shows up and says, welcome back, it's very adorable, and, that's, yeah, we all want one. That's basically how it works. We all want a Wien. That's how it goes. She also says Mikoto makes good food and talks her up, and Mikoto's like, oh, no, it's not that good. Lily is being a total buzzkill. That's the thing of this episode, is Lily, I'm calling her a buzzkill. She's being sensible, you know. She's not saying anything wrong. But come on, Lily. She's great, Wien. She wouldn't hurt a fly deliberately. I think that deliberately is the problem. Like, she almost cut Belle's arm off, you know. That's probably something that needs to be addressed. And, I mean, they do address it later on, but whatever. Welp says, basically, a line I thought was interesting, it's like, meeting her has basically undone everything they thought they knew about monsters. Because monsters are just like, grr, evil, you know, let's kill them. But Wien's great. Wien's just a person, basically. But then, bath time. Because, of course, bath time. They have to tell Wien why Belle's not there, because male and female and all that. Lily gets jealous because everyone has boobs. Lily, you should want Wien to stay then, because Wien doesn't. I don't have much to add on that. That's pretty self-explanatory. And then Wien gets bored of hanging out with the girls just in silence and is like, I'm going to go play with Belle now, bye. And off she goes. She goes to Belle's bath and I guess glomps him. Very funny, probably. We don't get to see it, though, because I guess they don't want to show us. Well, I want to see naked Belle, damn it. You show the girls, but not Belle? No, I'm joshing. I'm not particularly bothered. Was Welfin there with Belle? Real question. Real questions are being asked right now. At the end, they trim Wien's nails and make her look like, you know, so she won't accidentally cut Belle's arm off, you know. And Lily's like, they're going to grow back. And I'm like, yeah, Lily, like regular nails do. You know, it's no different from filing. I mean, it's probably a bit more drastic, but hey, you have to file your nails. Why don't you file Wien's nails as well? Or teach her how to do it. You know, like a person. That's pretty much the gist of it, is she's basically just a person. Albeit there are some, you know, I mean, people are weird in general. She's just a weird person. Let's just go with that. Because now her nails are clean, she touches and smushes all Belle's face. And again, it's very adorable. Let's hope nothing bad happens to her. She asks Lily if she hates Belle because she's being all tsundere, because she's being she's being sensible. Like, Lily is not in the wrong, but she's also not in the right, I would say. Everyone loves Belle, and Belle loves everyone. Everyone loves each other. Hooray. Happy end, although we're not at the end, but happy end. We get to night time and discussions going around all across the house. Haruhime and Mikoto, neither of them want to abandon her and neither do Welf or Lily in the living room. They're like, it's weird because she's a monster, but at the same time, she's just like a person, you know. You gotta think about this. We're gonna make some tough choices. Lily, though, again, the buzzkill, the sensible one, whatever you want to call her, is like, things can't stay like this because she is a monster. Things are gonna be different. All it takes is one slip up and then, you know, we're toast, basically. And that is true. Unless you're gonna, I don't know. Can't think of anything. Wien sleeping with Belle and Hestia like a big old happy family. It's very nice. Then Wien starts telling the story to Belle about how she dreams, or she used to dream. She used to dream, or dreamt is a word, about killing people and then getting killed in return. So I guess like the dungeon maybe stores memories, and so like on each rotation, like the monsters just get the memories of the previous one, and that's why they're still hostile. But for some reason, Wien is smart. I can't remember like what the actual explanation is, so I am literally guessing right now. I feel the need to specify when I'm actually guessing and not when I'm just joshing, because I don't remember. Obviously, she's telling Belle this. Hestia is not asleep despite her pretending to be, so she overhears all this as well. And then at the end, there's a shot of them all like closely hugging, which is nice. I think that actually comes in during the next section, which we'll just get to in a minute. But yeah, happy days. Happy days in episode 1. That's a record. Hermes and his familia now, they're meeting up about something. Laloon is there telling her that, oh damn it, I lost that bitch. Basically, they talk about smuggled monsters. They're like, yeah, smuggled monsters. So what's that about? Who knows? Something else. What was the familia called? It's a job from Uranos about Icalos familia. Now, I'm not up to date on my gods of history and all that, so I can't remember who Icalos was. And I'm not going to look it up because it's more fun to not look it up. But yeah, so that's what they got going on, Hermes and that. presumably because Hermes is, you know, Hermes, he's probably got an inkling that Belle's involved, because, I mean, he's always on the money. Oh, Hermes, isn't he? Yes, he is. And then, yeah, that's where we ended the episode. This was definitely the setup for the arc, because this whole season is going to be one arc, basically. 3 books, 1 arc, which is pretty exciting. Presumably, anyway. Like, that would make sense. So I'm assuming that's what they're going to do. This was definitely the setup, introduced to Wien, and so that's, you know, that's good, because Wien is adorable. Next episode, what was it called, like Dragon Arm or something? So presumably something will go wrong. Can't remember. But yeah, we shall see. We shall see. But for right now, as I said, I guess I'll talk about the opening a little bit more. Yeah, a little worried, because a lot of parts there's not a lot of movement in it. Like, there's the good scene with Belle and the monsters. That was alright. But then there's like that scene where they're like locked and it's just static. I just put a shadow on my face, shouldn't do that. It's like static, and a little bit concerning. Little bit concerning how static the opening was. Hopefully, because as I said, this episode looked fine, but there wasn't a lot of like fights. And there are some good fights in this season. I really don't want them to screw them up. So just don't get them wrong. The rest of the season can look terrible. Just get those fights, and if you've read the books, you know the ones what I'm talking about. Just get them right, please. Please? Is that too much to ask? Maybe, who knows. Anyway, what was my favourite part of the episode, though? You'll never guess. So my favourite part of the episode is not a single section. That was hard to say. So I was going to say signal. Wasn't. It's not a single section. It is just a recurring theme, and that is just adorable Wien. I don't remember her being that adorable in the books. Maybe I'm wrong. But here, she was kawaii desune as frick. I'm not going to say a bad word, because that would be bad. She's very good, you know. She is daughter, basically, you know. She is the daughter figure of La Familia. So that is exciting. I'm excited for this season, you know. I hope they don't screw it up. People said season 2 was pretty bad, in their opinion. I thought it was pretty alright still. Not as good as the first, but not terrible. So, I mean, hopefully this is good, you know. Hopefully it is. I like this series, and I want it to be good. Like, I'm hopeful. I'm going to stay hopeful, because that's the best way to watch things. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye, guys.